All right, let's start by giving all praises to the Most High, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, which in Hebrew is the Ruach Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles by the Holy Spirit, who taught us his truth. Honors to the brothers making their bodies a living sacrifice to push the gospel. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians who make up the children of Israel. The hopeful elect being 1/3 of these people who are going to receive salvation for returning back to the Most High before it's too late. So we back with another lesson through the mercy of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. This lesson I think is going to be titled It's Clear Who Revelation 19 and 20 is talking about. Again, it's clear who Revelation 19 and 20 is talking about. Or it might be Revelation 19 and 20 right before our eyes. Something about Revelation 19 and 20. But I guess we're going to get that real quick. Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire burning with brimstone. So this beast and this false prophet is not one literal person. This beast and this false prophet, it will be an entity. It will be composed of many people. And as we see that he will wrought or work miracles that will lead to those who will be deceived or tricked into getting the mark of the beast. So the people who get the mark of the beast, they will be deceived or tricked into thinking that it's a miracle, that it's a wonder, that it's a breakthrough in technology. Okay, but since we got that, and it's clear who that is now when we look at these series of videos we're about to look at. But first, we're going to get Isaiah 14 and 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. Who are the first people to so-called go into outer space? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. It says, I will be like the Most High. So you got a nation of people in the earth that's trying to mimic the works of the Lord. And we about to read some of those works and miracles in a minute. You got a nation of people that's trying to outdo the Most High and beat the Most High himself. That's trying to outperform the Most High. And it's obvious who that is. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. So we're going to get some of the works of the Lord that's contained in the scriptures. Matthew 15 and 29. Yahweh Shai departed from thence and came nigh unto the Sea of Galilee and went up into a mountain and sat down there. Great multitudes came unto him, and this will be those of his people who believed. Not all his people rejected him. A lot of them believed, having with them those who were lame. Lame goes into being crippled, paralyzed, etc. Blind, dumb, not able to speak, and maimed. Maimed goes into being crippled or being disfigured, mutilated. We're going to show that right now. So when we look at this in Hebrew,
Strong's G 29:8 Kulas. Kulas.
this is important.
Strong's G 2948 Kulas. Kulas.
So injured, disabled, mutilated. Let's look up this word mutilated. To inflict severe and disfiguring injury on a person. His colleague was mutilated in a work accident. So, like, you get into a bad car wreck, you get mauled to death by an animal, you get caught in some heavy machinery that's being mutilated. Now, let's look this up in another way. So, to disfigure, to cut to pieces, cut to pieces, to hack up, to dismember, to tear limb from limb. Dismember goes into losing parts of the body. So that's what it means to be maimed. So, who were gathered, those who were crippled, blind, dumb. Often being dumb or not able to speak is because you're deaf. And maimed, people who suffer some kind of tragic accident and their body was scarred or tore apart for life. And many others, and cast them down at Yahweh's feet, and he healed them. So people who were blind, paralyzed, and lost parts of the body or were mutilated and disfigured, they were healed. Then when we go to verse 31, and so much that the multitude wondered when they saw the dumb to speak and the maimed to be whole. Because remember, to be maimed, to have different parts of the body to be dismembered or disconnected, or you mutilated, your body is scarred from some kind of tragic freak accident. Well, they were whole, meaning what? Flesh grew back, fingers, arms, legs grew back, scar tissue, burns, completely healed, and the lame or the crippled, paralyzed to walk, and the blind to see, and they glorified the God of Israel. Okay, so those are the works of the Lord. But remember, when you read Isaiah 14, not going to get too much into it, but the context, there's somebody who would want to be like the Most High. Again, I will be like the Most High, and the clue is right here. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. Now you had the space race in which Russia and America were trying to compete to who could go to space first. And who's always in space now? Russia and America, Europe, NASA. Now Elon Musk is doing missions going into so-called outer space every other week now. So it's these people who will want to be like the Most High and be better than the Most High. So when we come now, I got a little article on my phone. I'm not gonna send it to the computer because it's being retarded, but I'm gonna read it. So we're gonna talk about this Neuralink brain chip because part of the way that Esau the white man will want to be like the Most High is he will want to be able to perform these same miracles, healing people. But we're going to read about the Neuralink brain chip. And I got an article on my phone. It says, Neuralink, what is it? And can it cure paralysis and blindness? That's what Yahweh did. What was that paralysis? Being lame. And blind to see, that's obvious. So I'm going to read probably the first paragraph. The Neuralink chip is a piece of technology. Matter of fact, we're going to pull this up. This is the Neuralink brain chip. The Neuralink chip is a piece of technology that's hoped will one day allow people to operate devices like phones and computers using their thoughts. Its creator tech, Elon Musk, describes it as a Fitbit into your skull with tiny wires. Musk hopes to develop it so that we'll eventually see Neuralink cure paralysis and cure blindness and cure mental illness. And we know those are all works that the Lord is able to perform with ease. And what? You got a nation of people in the earth that wishes to be like the Most High. So to be able to do the same miracles, and it would be through his technology. So I got a screenshot we're gonna read because again, with Neuralink, they're hoping to be able to cure paralysis and blindness and many other disabilities. So let's read the screenshot. Can Neuralink cure paralysis? The brain contains millions of neurons that control our thoughts, feelings, and movements. Electrical impulses travel down a complex series of pathways from the brain to end neurons in other parts of the body. Neurons, if you could, it's like wiring for the body. Like how you got wires for your TVs, refrigerators, electrical devices. That's what neurons is to the body, with the brain being the control center. For instance, if you want to get up from the chair, your brain fires electrons that instruct your legs to move. This happens in split seconds. Paralysis occurs when those neural pathways in the spinal cord are destroyed or impaired. Because the Neuralink chip is able to capture the brain signals, it can send those brain signals, to the limbs even when the spinal cord is damaged. To do this, the person will have a Neuralink chip in their brain as well as below the damaged spinal cord section. With enough training, the person will have a chance to walk again if Neuralink could cure paralysis. So people who are paralyzed, crippled, will be able to walk again. And we know Elon Musk is a so-called white man. And what? You got white people in the last days that wish to be like the Most High. But why is this a bad thing? Why is curing paralysis and giving people the ability to walk and move their limbs, why is that such a bad thing? We're going to get into that very soon. So now I also have a video showing how they wish to cure blindness. Now let's go here. Check this out.
Elon and his team at Neuralink have recently made the claim that their brain implant technology will be able to cure blindness. Elon said that even if someone has never had vision before, if they were born blind, Neuralink will allow them to see the world. And this isn't one of his far off down the road claims. Neuralink is pretty confident that they can restore vision to the blind as one of their first major accomplishments, along with giving paralyzed individuals the ability to use a computer through a telepathic interface. This could be happening within the matter of just a few years. But is that really possible? And if so, then how would it work? This is something that we've speculated on in the past, but thanks to Neuralink's recent show and tell event, we have some pretty concrete details on how the company has been working to solve the visual cortex. And the results so far look pretty promising. So, let's talk about it.
Your organization's most...
Okay, so yeah, after this ad, we're going to get more into the video.
So for those of you who aren't familiar, Neuralink is a brain-computer interface, or BCI for short. And more specifically, Neuralink is in the category of invasive BCI, which means that it has a direct physical connection into the brain tissue through a surgical implant. This is by far the most effective way to read signals from the brain. Getting up close and personal provides the highest bandwidth connection to the neurons. Neurons are all of the little cells throughout your brain and your nervous system that send and receive electrical signals. Those electrical signals make up the entirety of your human experience. Every sensory input from the external world filters into your brain through neurons. Every motor command to your muscles is sent out through...
That's enough of that. So the point is, they're confident that they can cure blindness with the Neuralink, which is the brain chip. They're confident that they can make people walk again with Neuralink, which is the brain chip. Further, showing that you have a nation and a people in the earth in the last days that wish to be like the Most High. Through what? Through the miracles. And the Lord did what? He cured paralysis. He cured blindness. He made people who were not able to talk be able to speak. He cured people who were deaf. He healed people who were maimed or mutilated, and what? They became whole. So tissue, limbs, missing body parts completely grew back. But people may say Neuralink, they don't realize that we are in the future. You know, people who out of the loop, they say, well, one day in the future. No, we in the future. So we're going to show this quick video real quick to show that they already putting these Neuralink brain chips in people. And this video is 8 months old now. They don't put them in a few people by now. 30 seconds. Let's play it real quick.
Elon Musk's brain science company has implanted a device into a human for the first time. The unidentified person received a brain chip implant Sunday, and Musk says they are, quote, recovering well. U.S. Food and Drug Administration has given Neuralink clearance last year to conduct its first trial to test its implant on humans. The move is a critical milestone in the startup's ambitions to help patients with paralysis and other neurological conditions.
See?
Neuralink says the brain chip is designed to allow people to control almost any device just by thinking.
Okay, so why is it such a bad thing that it can cure blindness, it can cure paralysis? People with disabilities can be healed. Well, we're going to get back into it. So next, let's check out this video right here. Because on the other hand, Esau is also building robots, AI technology that can walk, speak, think on his own like a regular human. But it's something else that comes along with that. So check this out.
Insane. It's even talking. I have my friend John.
John? Where's John?
Right here.
Oh, hello, John.
How are you? That's crazy. I'm talking to a robot. From San Jose. Probably from where you were born in Silicon Valley.
Wonderful. Where do you live in San Jose? Do you live in Mountain Valley, or do you live in Santa Teresa area?
No, I live in Los Gatos.
Los Gatos. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Nice area.
Where do you live?
Beautiful hiking I hear up there.
There is. Where do you live?
I live in Palo Alto at the current moment.
Figures. Yeah, this is awesome.
That's where they train us. That's where we get our builds, and that's where we work with a wonderful group of people.
What's the hardest thing about being a robot?
Trying to learn how to be as human as you guys are.
Also is to say...
Okay, now this is the point here. Now listen to what Elon Musk about to say.
If you take parts of the Optimus humanoid robot and you combine...
And that robot, the black and white robot, is named Optimus. So again, let me go back just a little bit so we can hear him from the beginning. This is Optimus right here.
Trying to learn how to be as human as you guys are.
Also is to say, if you take parts of the Optimus humanoid robot and you combine that with a Neuralink, let's say somebody has lost their arms or legs, we could actually attach an Optimus arm or Optimus legs and do a Neuralink implant so that the motor commands from your brain that would go to your biological arms now go to your robot arms or robot legs. And again, you'd have basically cybernetic superpowers.
So you heard that? So this robot is Optimus. So with the Neuralink, as somebody lost a limb, an arm, a leg, via the Neuralink, they could take the arms and legs off of this robot called Optimus, and they can connect it to a human. And a human could pretty much move, control the robotic arms and legs, again, as if it's their own arm or leg. So one more time.
learn how to be as human as you guys are.
Also is to say, if you take parts of the Optimus humanoid robot and you combine that with a Neuralink, let's say somebody has lost their arms or legs, we could actually attach an Optimus arm or Optimus legs and do a Neuralink implant so that the motor commands from your brain that would go to your biological arms now go to your robot arms or robot legs. And again, you'd have basically cybernetic superpowers.
See that? So let's go back to the scriptures. And so much the multitude wondered when they saw the dumb to speak and the maimed to be whole. And maimed, again, when you go into it, it goes into being mutilated, dismembered, to tear limb from limb, to tear apart, to hack up, to disfigure, to cut to pieces. It goes into pieces of the body being torn apart, torn off in some accident. And it said what? The main to be whole. And Elon Musk is claiming what? Via the Neuralink, he can make people who are disfigured or had body parts tore apart, he can make you whole again. If you lost your arm, you can get an arm from the Optimus robot. And when you take that arm or leg from the Optimus robot with the Neuralink, you can get your leg or your arm back. It's going to be a robotic leg and a robotic arm. And then again, of course, they're working on the blind side in which they can make the blind to see. But why is this all bad? Because what do they got in common? Rather, it's healing paralysis. Rather, it's curing blindness. Rather, it's giving you a robotic arm or leg because yours got cut off or tore off in a freak accident. Well, Esau can make you whole. He can restore the body's functions, but what they got in common is the Neuralink. And when you look at this poster I developed, what is the Neuralink? It's the mark of the beast. So now we're going to go into Revelation 13 and 16 and 17. That's why it's so bad. It's not the fact that they curing blindness, making paralyzed people to walk. They giving you a robotic arm or a leg back to restore your function. No, that's not the bad part. It's the method that they going about healing the people. They deceiving the people. And he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. There's no coincidence that Esau the white man is trying to microchip people in the right hand with the RFID microchip, which would be your digital wallet, your digital identification, and he wants to mark people in the forehead, which would be the region, around the brain, and that's where they want to put the Neuralink brain chips. It is not just Neuralink, there's other brain chips out there. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. How they going to enforce it? You can't buy or sell, pay your bills, buy food and water unless you got this RFID microchip in the right hand, because again, this would be your digital ID, digital wallet, to access the digital currency, the CBDC. So this is the mark of the beast. By the mark of the beast, they can cure paralysis. They can cure blindness. If you got missing body parts, they can make you whole again. But you got to get the Neuralink brain chip, which is the mark of the beast. And then when we come up to Revelation 11 and 14, I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had two horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon. This is going into America. With no in-depth breakdown, we're going to get to the main point. We're going to come down to verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And then we got, remember, Isaiah 14 and 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. How will he be like the Most High? By doing the miracles that the Lord performs. And remember, the Lord made fire come down from heaven on Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord made fire come down from heaven when Elijah called for it. So, how did Esau the white man do this great wonder to make fire come down from heaven? Through his nuclear missiles when he rained fire on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Verse 14 is the point. And deceive of them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And how did he deceive the people through the miracles which he had power to do? And that power that he was given was by the power of his technology. So by his technology, he's going to deceive the people by these miracles he's able to perform. Cure blindness, cure paralysis, make you whole if you lost a leg, an arm, a finger, an ankle, a foot. You can get it back, but with the Neuralink, you be whole again. So let's read that again. And deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, miracles that only the Lord has been able to perform, which he had power to do by his technology in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So again, Esau can't compare to the Most High. He can just fake some of these miracles through his technology. And it's not about helping people. Again, it said he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of these miracles, which he had power to do by his technology. This is to deceive you into getting the mark of the beast. Because we got the penalty for the mark of the beast that go in the hand. You won't be able to buy or sell. You got to eat. You got to drink. So what you going to do? You're going to trust on the Lord. You're going to get this mark in your hand. And just imagine how many people are blind, paralyzed, suffer some tragic accident in which they lost fingers or an arm or a leg or a foot. Imagine what they would give to be whole again. Somebody that's blind, imagine what they would give to be able to see again. Or if they was born blind, imagine what they would give to see. So again, deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do by his technology. So yeah, again, it's not the healing that's the bad thing. It's how he going about it. So when you come to Revelation 19 and 20, which is to come back home to the point, the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him. What's these miracles? How he can heal people and cure people and make people whole again. Things that's only been able to be done by the Lord himself. Well, these devils can do it through supposedly do it through their technology, microchips and wiring, etc. Like they can hack the human body and to go around your disabilities to make you do things you normally couldn't do. The beast was taken, with him the false prophet that wrought or worked miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. So by these miracles, people are being deceived to get the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast gonna be presented to you as a miracle, as a wonder, as a breakthrough in technology and science. They're gonna say to give you your independence back, so that you can experience life, whatever they're gonna say. So with which he deceived them that received the mark of the beast, the Neuralink brain chip, the RFID chip in the right hand, and them that worshipped his image, because that's what you're doing. You're worshiping the beast when you get these computer chips implanted into the body. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. So they really want to get us Israelites with this technology. Not many of us are blind or paralyzed or got missing body parts in which, we need to be healed or made whole. But hey, everybody got to buy and sell, right? And that's how they're going to get some of the people. most of the people that know man might buy or sell. You gotta buy or sell. That's part of life. So that's how they gonna trick the people who are healthy, who are whole, into getting the mark of the beast. Not knowing you can depend on the Lord for your food and water and basic needs. So again, with which he deceived them that received the mark of the beast. What's the penalty? The deceived and the deceiver both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And what is that lake of fire? It's the result of the nuclear fire melting this place, America, and various parts of the earth. So again, it's clear who Revelation 19 and 20 is. It's clear who's working these miracles in the last days to deceive the people into getting these computer chips, the mark of the beast in the body. So we're going to close out here, Proverbs 4 and 18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. So our path is through this word. And this word becomes more and more clear each day. It's clear who is who in the scriptures now. It's clear who the beast is. It's clear who the false prophet is. It's clear the miracles that they are working. It's clear what the mark of the beast is. It gets more and more clear each day. And that's the beautiful thing about this. This is the highest form of wisdom. Everybody else out there is still confused, don't know what's what, being tossed to and fro, can't put these things together, but we can through this word. But hey, that's it this time. Lord willing, it was edifying and informative. Till next time, Shalom.